Hi, I'm Shizuch. Being a slave to the grind, I have developed final stage of chronic stress after hours of grinding these PNG for one stat. This is very unserious. Go watch other guide's video. Epic 7 is a turn-based game where its main attraction is in its stunning animations.
Above all, a sharpened spear is a cruel truth.
I wonder, how well do the devs pay the artist? Must be a lot. You, Ras Eclair, the heir of Covenant, are tasked as the savior of your world, fending off the bad guys from taking over it, that are trying to use the power of the Acolyte from an ego. Hold on, before you jump me on this, I'm not exaggerating, it's just 4 buttons. Every team you run has 4 characters. 4! With more than 366 playable characters for you to mix and match, you could do a lot of teams. For example, your generic fantasy-like squad, the Clankers, the Giga Chats, whoa, Connie, and so many more to fight hordes of enemies which are your punching bags. Every character has 3 skills. Some of the skill buffs allies, and some of them heals. The rest just beat the living out of your enemies. Soulburn is the equivalent of giving steroids, which basically make your heroes do the same skill, but better. And then the auto button. If you did the math correctly, you will realize there are actually 5. But when you turn the auto button on, you cannot use the Soulburn. Like most generic gacha games nowadays, you gotta have that good old mechanics in some way. And tell it is for variety. The game has 5 different elements, with every character having one of the 5. If you are at elemental disadvantage, you will do less damage with chance to miss it. But if your element is at an advantage, your attacks will do more damage. There are 6 total classes of characters in Epic 7. Instead of wasting time figuring out what the hell is the difference between them, I will explain them in simple terms. Think of it like a blender. You blend the other 5 class and you will get the warrior class. These guys do everything the game has to offer. The Soul Weaver, or the healer, or the pharmacist are your main supporters of the game. They do that to your allies by either buffing or healing them. Thank you! The Harm Assist. In the same class of Soul Weaver, they do things a bit different. They do support your allies, but by removing the threat itself. The Knights are similar to the Warrior, but chunkier. These guys also have 2 moods. They either become the absolute unit that cannot be killed, or they kill. The Mage is your local wizard. These guys are the odd one of the bunch. Sure, they can do damage, but the Mage can also do emotional damage. Mages will just shove you with a truck full of debuffs and call it gameplay. No damage, just pure debuffs. And maybe a little bit of mental damage. I stand on my ground saying whoever play pure mages are just evil. The Rangers and the Thieves are similar in a way. It's just small gateway to make more money. They hit the hardest, but they will die by a sneeze. Every character has 9 different stats. Attack is how hard your hero gonna hit. Defense is how less damage you're gonna take. Health is how tanky you are. Speed decides where you are on a combat bar. Explaining the combat bar is too long, I'm too lazy. Go play the game. Critical hit is the chance your attack do more damage. Crit's damage is how hard that critical will do. Effectiveness is how likely your debuff gonna land. Resistance is how likely you resist that debuff. Dual attack is the chance you do a basic attack on your ally's basic attack. The grind in Epic 7 has two main parts, the Wyvern Hunt and the other game modes. Most of the time you will be hunting Wyvern. It's the whole purpose of this game, just an endless loop of trying to get the fastest gear possible. Spirit Attar is where you get the rocks to awaken your heroes. By doing so, give your character more stat and an extra effect on their skill. You can level up your character by sending the penguins to the butcher house.
You don't have a family and we're all going to die.
Promotion increase the level cap of your characters, which requires Spirit Bloom that by deciding the quality of your characters, will you send them off to the dealer? Things were more humane back when the dogs still exist. If you think Wyvern hunting is depressing enough, then buckle up, it gets even worse. PvP has 3 game modes that you will frequently do with. Arena is a one-sided PvP. You pick the one you want to jump, which your opponent cannot intervene.
Now, Valencia, teach those baddies a lesson!
And like other PvP games, this one also has rankings. Arena also gives you a nice amount of gacha currency. Guild Wars is similar to Arena.
Yes, I am you.
The only difference is now you have the whole gang jumping on one guy. World Arena is the place where it will decide what type of player you are in Epic 7, as this is where the Elo Hell begins. There are 3 types of players in here. The textbook players are those who play the games with logic. Usually you start here when you first try out World Arena, until you found out that the game is actually different from how the guides told. The meta slaves are players who just abuse the most overpowered characters to win game. Could you please stop first picking this guy? I'm sick of him. Play something else, please. It's pre-season. The silly goobers are the most unstable one. The reason why I said so is because they are unpredictable. To confuse the enemies, you must confuse yourself first. They will never expect a slow character to run this fast. The endgame is just you getting more gacha rolls in the secret shop for you to get more heroes you can try out. Comparing every turn-based game existing right now, in my opinion, Epic 7 is the most generous game I have ever tried out. The rest of the time will be you grinding and upgrading your gears.